So the EMCC issue, the deep sea trawling, now you have revealed that the sufficient permission was not taken in this regard. Can you just explain what happened?
No, the thing is, for any state government to enter into an agreement or an MOU with a foreign entity, the state governments need to take the approval of the Government of India. And in this case, it's the Ministry of External Affairs from where it starts. So when regarding the EMCC's proposal, Kerala government had written a letter to the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs on 3rd October 2019, asking the External Affairs Ministry to find out the credentials of the agency with which they were planning to enter into an agreement. Now, the Ministry of External Affairs, the concerned Joint Secretary who received that request, he wrote a letter to the Consul General of India in New York, and a copy of that was marked to the Kerala government as sort of a reply. And it was also mentioned that the Consul General of India has been asked to verify the credentials, and you will hear from the Consul General of India on this any further communications. Consul General of India in New York replied on 21st of October saying that we have been trying to find out about this agency, this firm. We have not been able to get in touch with them in spite of our sincere efforts. But it also indicated that, however, we would like to indicate that the address given, that address is not of a building where such a firm exists. It's a virtual sort of space, and it's only a place where people hire that place for temporary requirements. But at the same time, this firm was registered in US. Its registered address and various other details that were also communicated. But such an agency doesn't exist in the commercial sector, which they claim to be. This is the sum and substance of what the Ministry of External Affairs informed the Government of India through the mail. I am not aware of any further communication either from the Government of India or from the Kerala government regarding this.
So you think there is blatant corruption?
So that means 21st of October, in spite of the fact that the Kerala government got an information that this is only a virtual address, in this premises, no such firm exists, and it is only a temporary hiring place. In spite of that, after 4 months, on 28th of February 2020, Kerala government goes ahead in the SN20 program and signs an MOU. It's unbelievable that the senior officer of the government of Kerala, who received that communication, didn't bring it to the notice of the concerned ministers and other people for 4 months. It's completely unbelievable. So it means that Government of Kerala pretended that they are going on a real MOU, at least tried to put up such a scenario before the public, in spite of the fact that they had received a communication that this is not an agency with which the Government of Kerala can do business with. So it is with some ulterior motive. What that ulterior motive is something which has to be found out.
SNC again asked for an extended time to appeal in the court. Now the Congress is saying that this is part of the adjustment between the BJP and the.
See, if that was part of the adjustment, why Kerala, the government of India should say, give such a letter for this thing? Congress has no rhyme and reason for accusing BJP and Narendra Modi. Congress can find anything. Congress is a party which is led by the great RG, who doesn't know that he asks a question in the parliament to the fisheries minister, he gets a reply, and in spite of that fact, he goes on to say that there is no such ministry. So it's a party which is led by people who doesn't have something in the upper part of the body.
Allegation of CPM and BJP understanding or listening during in this elections. What do you have to comment on that? This is Congress is another main allegation.
No, what is the understanding? I am bringing out the corruption in the CPM, in the government. Is it with an understanding?
The Archbishop of Changanasheri today in the Deepika Daily has written that extolling the virtues of Jawaharlal Nehru, saying that the party should follow the principles, saying that minorities should be taken into consideration and people who don't, who follows the religion and from the community should be given prior, and those who do not believe in such words on such things should not be taken as a candidate for the upcoming elections.
That is for the Congress to respond. It's not for me.